Hey everybody, it's that college football guy here in another video. Yeah, I'm here in my truck, and I'm back in Pennsylvania. I'm stopping for my rest break. Delivered in New Jersey. Had to wait about an hour and a half to get back out. Had a few of some little story here. I have a tendency, like, you know, you're a truck driver, you drive things, you try to do things to pass the time, and you have people who are the ultimate idiots in four-wheelers, cars or trucks, we call four-wheelers, but that drive in the far right lane, cut all the way across left, or in the far left lane, cut all the way across right. Do the same thing, it's like, really? So, we had to figure out a nickname for him one time at a truck stop. I started calling him Cornholio's children. Reason being, they're so busy trying to find TP that they realize, oh, I have to go get TP over here, so they'll just cut across traffic to go get TP, because just like Cornholio, TP is the most important thing, right? That's what they're full of, right? It works. Also, something else that I'm doing him disjustice. I forgot his name. He's a YouTuber, does shorts from his dash cam on. There's a truck driver, and he has this. I thought I was the only one who called people who rode the dots and started thinking they were Pac-Man. Because when someone's splitting two lanes, driving down the highway, and they're right in the middle of both lanes because they can't decide or can't stay in their lane, it's like Pac-Man eating the dots going down the road. I'll put his, when I find out who he is, I'll put a pinned comment with his channel in it, because he's hilarious. He does shorts all the time, but he's hilarious as a truck driver. But it came about something else, was that mine was like, he makes the sound of, you know, when Pac-Man's going down the road, he's eating the dots up down the middle of the road, and he starts going back and like, oh, you're full now? Okay, that's good. Mine was a different way of doing it. I didn't realize that both of us thought the same idea. But mine was the fact, it's like, okay, fine, what car are you driving, Pac-Man? Because you made all the money back in the day with all those quarters off those machines, so you got to have more than one car at this point, right? Got to have several mansions with all the quarters you got. So, you know, it's been the course of this trip, I've had 4 on this one. And, you know, it's like, the last one that happened was on the 95 coming back. It was actually on the 78 here coming back. The 95, I had one on the 78 going in, 2 on the 95 going up to Jersey, and then 1 back. And it was hilarious. This is the quick part of the story. Jump down there, going in, saw the first one on here. You know, Pac's driving down the road, goes back there. Oh, Pac-Man's driving a Lexus. All right. It's a good, decent car there, Pac-Man. Good job. A little bit ways down the road, get on the 95. Pac-Man's driving a Tesla. Hey, there you go. All those quarters on there. Make sure you sense you live in the electronic world. Might want to go off the grid. No carbon footprint. Be an electric car. Makes a lot of sense. Good job. A little bit further down the road, another car's doing it. Pac-Man, what you drive? Pac-Man's driving a Maserati. Pac-Man's driving a Maserati. There you go. Now we're talking some money here. All right, now we're talking. This is the kind of money I want to see. All right, now we're talking. Go around, no other cars doing it. Come on the way back, and in the distance I see a car driving. It's a 2-lane highway on the 78. On the turnpike. And he's taking both lanes in a car. Right down the middle. And it seemed in the distance, like, what is that car? So I'm going there, Pac-Man, man, you got to pick a lane. What are you doing, man? How full are you? Pull up, get up to him. Pac-Man's, Pac-Man, what are you eating? What are you eating? Pac-Man's driving a Prius. Pac-Man's driving a Prius? What happened, Pac-Man? Did Miss Pac-Man take it off from you in the divorce? What happened? Man, tell me you're driving the wife's car. Just tell me you're driving the wife's car and it's all good. The silly things you think of when you're a truck driver, okay? Just thought a little funny stories here about some stuff happens in trucking, but you know, thanks for being patient for that. But now we're getting into what the title of the video is, which is the Missouri schedule preview. All right. Previewing the schedule for, this is the predictions, this is the preview for the Missouri schedule. Can they turn the page and actually have a winning record? They had finished 6 and 7 last year. Can they get a winning record this year? So we're going to go in and get into that. But first, let's get the housekeeping out of the way, shall we? Everyone, please smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm, helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. If you like the trucking stories, let me know if you want to do some more. If not, I may just do separate videos for trucking stories and not mix them in with this. If you guys want me to make them separate or join them in, whatever, let me know down in the comments what you think. And subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to 400. I haven't checked it today. We might be at 400. I doubt it, but close to 400. On the way to 1,000, getting our way there. All right, so this is schedule preview, as I said, not a prediction. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare the non-conference games from last season and this season and decide which one's tougher. And then the whole schedule preview of last season's schedule, all last season and this season, and we'll decide which one's tougher. So the non-cons from last season. Home against Louisiana Tech, at Kansas State, home against Abilene Christian, home against New Mexico State. 1 Power 5, 2 Group of 5s, 1 FCS, the Power 5 on the road. This season's non-cons. Home against South Dakota, home against Middle Tennessee State, home against Kansas State, and a neutral site game against Memphis at the old, the Dome in St. Louis. They're playing the game in the Dome. They're playing the game in St. Louis. So will be a little bit interesting to see how that's playing. And that'll be kind of interesting to see how that place looks like, because I haven't seen anything done there, so kind of wondering what they're doing with it. But that's that here. So you have 1 Power 5, 2 Group of 5s, 1 FCS. The Power 5 games at home, 1 Group of 5 game is neutral site. Because the Kansas State, their game was on the road last year. That was a Power 5 game on the road. They tried to play Kansas State, you know. But, yeah, I got to give last season's non-cons are tougher. Now, the entire schedule from last season. Home against Louisiana Tech, they won 52-24. At Kansas State, they lost 40-12. Now, looking back on it, realizing that Kansas State's the Big 12 champs, that's not that big of a surprise, that score. Especially with Missouri finishing 6 and 7. And considering where Kansas State finished, that's about in line. Home against Abilene Christian, won 34-17. At Auburn, lost 17-14. Home against Georgia, lost 26-22. At Florida, lost 24-17. Then they got the bye week. They were home against Vandy, won 17-14. At South Carolina, won 23-10. Home against Kentucky, lost 21 to, let me make sure this right here. They had 6 wins. 1, 2, yeah. Home against Kentucky, lost 21-17. At Tennessee, got obliterated, lost 66-24. Home against New Mexico State, won 45-14. Home against Arkansas, won 29-27. Then they were in the Gasparilla Bowl against Sam Hartman's last game at Wake Forest before he transferred to Notre Dame, and they lost 27-17 to finish the season 6 and 7. This season's schedule: home against South Dakota State, home against Middle Tennessee State, home against Kansas State, neutral site in St. Louis against Memphis, at Vanderbilt, home against LSU, at Kentucky, home against South Carolina. Then it's the bye week. So they got 8 games before the bye week. Last season it was a 6-6 split. This season it's 8 before the bye and 4 after. The 4 after are no help to Missouri. You start off, the first game out of the bye is at Georgia, home against Tennessee, home against Florida, and then at Arkansas. Those last 4 are going to be a tough run here. So, what schedule's tougher? Well, let's look at this. Let's look at the road games here. Last season, they were at Kansas State, at Auburn, at Florida, at South Carolina, at Tennessee. And in their road games last year, they were 2 and 3. Now, this season's road games are at Vanderbilt, at Kentucky, at Georgia, at Arkansas. They only have 4 road games this year. And because they played at Kansas State, they played at Tennessee, you know, they played Georgia this year, Kentucky. I got to say last season's non-conference schedule is tougher. I got to say that last season's schedule, non-conference schedule, and the entire schedule, last season's is tougher for Missouri, which means if that's true, then they got a better shot at finishing with a better record this year than they did last year. But you let me know down in the comments what you think about this. So thanks, everybody, for watching the video. As always, please hit like the video, hit the thumbs up on it. Comment on the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments, which do you think was the non-conference schedule from last season or this season? Which one's tougher? And the schedule from last season or this season, which one's tougher? Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you for doing so. Please remember to hit the notifications bell because I try to update a video every single day. It'll let you know when I do. So thanks everybody for watching the video. Sitting here in Bethel, Pennsylvania as I stop my break here because the restaurant, the great Italian restaurant that was here, does great food for cheap, was closed, needless to say, for Memorial Day weekend, but now they're open, so I got something to last a couple of days. So gotta do what you gotta do. Heading to Lebanon, Tennessee sometime tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. So thanks everybody for watching the video. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend and is having a great Tuesday so far. Be safe out there, and please be good to each other. Watch out for Pac-Man.